Welcome students for the chemistry lecture, and today you are going to study what is thermochemistry. Already you have studied the thermodynamics, and now the thermochemistry is the study of energy and heat associated with chemical reactions or physical transformations. A reaction may release or absorb energy, and a phase change may do the same, such as a melting and boiling of the solid, uh, melting of solid, boiling of liquid. Here, in general, thermochemistry, it is the branch of chemistry that mainly deals with the study of reactions involving heat change. That means either that reactions are exothermic or endothermic, and it is studied with the help of thermochemistry. Then the heat energy of chemical reactions. That means enthalpy, is the amount of heat transferred during a reaction. The symbol for the change in enthalpy is delta H. Here you are very well familiar with the enthalpy, and enthalpy, it is the heat content of the reaction or any system, and the amount of heat transferred during a reaction is the enthalpy of the reaction, and it is the change in enthalpy is denoted by delta H. Then in case of endothermic reaction, the heat is gained or heat is absorbed, and it is given by the positive sign. It is the delta H. And in an endothermic reaction feels cold. For example, an instant ice pack. Here, endothermic reaction is one that gains or absorbs heat from the surrounding, and it is given by positive sign. An endothermic reaction feels cold. For example, instant ice pack. Then all of you know, in case of exothermic reaction, the reaction in which the heat is released or loss of heat takes place. Heat loses, and it is given by the negative sign, and an exothermic reaction feels hot. Then examples here, burning paper, and this is the example here. When system absorbs heat, it is the endothermic reaction, and for which delta H, it is greater than 0. And in case of exothermic reaction, heat is given out from the system, and for which delta H, it is less than 0, and heat flows in the direction of decreasing temperature here. And this is the hot coffee. All of you know, the heat is released and its temperature decreases. That is the endothermic reactions and exothermic reactions. Remember again, in case of endothermic reactions, delta H, that means enthalpy change, it is greater than 0. In case of exothermic reactions, delta H, change in enthalpy, it is less than 0. Then the enthalpies of reaction, and enthalpies of reaction, it is nothing but the difference of enthalpy of product and reactants. Here the change in enthalpy delta H is the enthalpy of the products minus the enthalpy of the reactants. And here it is shown, here this is the CH4 in the form of gas, methane gas plus oxygen gas, and here it is CO2 gas plus H2O in the form of liquid. For this reaction, the enthalpy delta H1 it is minus 890 kilojoule, and for this reaction the delta H it is plus 890 kilojoule. See, the in forward reaction enthalpy is positive, in the backward reaction enthalpy value is negative. And remember, the enthalpies of reactions, it is nothing but the enthalpy of product minus enthalpy of reactant. This difference gives the enthalpies of reaction. Then some examples of endothermic and exothermic reactions. Here, a chemical equation that includes the enthalpy. For example, we have H2 gas plus O2 gas, and in the combination of this H2 and O2 gas, we have H2O in the form of gas, and the enthalpy of this reaction it is given by 483.6 kilojoule. The this much amount of heat is the amount of energy released. That is, this reaction is exothermic. And here 2H2O plus 483.6 kilojoule heat they gives the H2 and O2. That means this is the reverse reaction, and this reaction is heat is absorbed. So it is a endothermic reaction. Then all of you know, from the first law of thermodynamics, we have the change in internal energy. It is given by Q plus W, and all of you know W it is equal to minus P delta P. So we can substitute this into the enthalpy expression. That's why we have delta H it is equal to delta E plus P delta P. Again delta H it is equal to delta E. We substitute here Q plus W, and here it is minus W, and therefore delta H it is equal to Q. So at constant pressure the change in the enthalpy, so at constant pressure the change in enthalpy is the heat gained or lost by the reaction. Then the standard enthalpy here. The formation of carbon dioxide would be the enthalpy of the following reaction under conditions here. So here graphite it combines with oxygen and it produces CO2 gas, and the heat formed here it is minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole. Here all elements are written in their standard states and 1 mole of product is formed. This is true for all enthalpies of formation. Here all reactants they are in their standard state, and here the standard state means here the standard enthalpy change of formation, and it is given by the sign delta H0, and this F stands for formation. You know delta H it is the change in enthalpy, and it is the enthalpy of product minus enthalpy of reactant. While this F written here at the base of H, it indicates the formation, while this 0, it indicates the standard state, and the enthalpy change when 1 mole of compound is formed from its elements under standard conditions. Both compound and elements are in standard states. I repeat, the standard enthalpy change of formation, it is the enthalpy change when 1 mole of a compound is formed from its elements under standard conditions. Both compound and elements are in standard state. For example, here carbon plus hydrogen, it gives oxygen, and carbon plus hydrogen plus oxygen. Here there is a formation of C2H5OH. That means when carbon in a solid state, then hydrogen in a gaseous state, oxygen in a gaseous state. These three elements, they combine to form a C2H2OH. That means ethyl alcohol in a liquid state. And when all these reactants, they are in their standard state, then such a enthalpy change, it is called as standard enthalpy change of formation. Then all of you know the heat capacity and specific heat. Here the specific heat, it is the heat transferred, it is the ratio of heat transferred to the mass into temperature, and heat capacity, it is the heat required to increase the temperature of 1 gram or 1 mole through 1 degree centigrade, and how much heat is required, we call that heat as a heat capacity. And specific heat, it is the ratio of heat transferred divided by mass into temperature change. Then here all of you know the standard enthalpies of formation. The standard enthalpy of formation of a substance, it is denoted by delta HF0. Delta HF0 is the enthalpy change for formation of 1 mole of substance in its standard state from its component elements in their standard state. Note that the standard enthalpy of formation for a pure element in its standard state is taken as 0. Then all of you know the standard state here, the standard state means any element, it is in a condition of standard pressure, and that standard pressure, it is always 1 atmospheric pressure, and temperature, it is always taken as 27 degree centigrade or 27 to 300 degree Kelvin. Here the calorimetry, it is the measurement of heat flow, and calorimeter, it is a device used to measure the heat changes, and molar heat capacity, it is the amount of heat needed to rise temperature of 1 mole of substance, and the temperature, it is measured in, or molar heat capacity, it is expressed in joules per degree centigrade. into mole or joules per Kelvin into mole. And a specific heat capacity, it is the amount of heat needed to rise the temperature of 1 gram substance, and it is expressed in joule per centigrade into uh, gram or joule per Kelvin into gram. Then by using this formula we can calculate the heat of substances, and these are the specific heats of common materials. Then this is not for your syllabus. The Hess law. Here the enthalpy of any reaction has been calculated and tabulated for many basic reactions, and for this purpose we use Hess law. Hess law allows us to put the sample reaction together. Okay, then if you convert reactant A into reactant B, then the overall enthalpy change will be exactly the same whether you do it in one step or in a two step, or however in a many steps. And remember that the enthalpy, it is also a state function. It depends only on initial state and final state, and not on the path followed. So the enthalpy of reaction, it is the difference of enthalpy of product minus enthalpy of reactant. And we will see the next point later on.